How much total financial support is Canada now providing to the organization? And has the U.S. president ever put any pressure on Canada to either boost or, of late, reduce its support for the organization?
Canada's support for the World Health Organization is in the tens of millions of dollars. I think we've increased it recently, but I can make sure that someone has the exact numbers for you or for the media. No, the President hasn't made any direct asks or indirect asks of Canada around that.
Prime Minister, you've repeatedly said how much Canada has relied on WHO for information about what's happening around the world. Are you satisfied the organization sufficiently interrogated the information coming out of China in the early days of the pandemic? We know now a lot of the information was either false or misleading, especially about human-to-human transmission. Do you think they did a good job on how they handled that information and shared it with other countries?
I think what we need to remember is the path through this pandemic is for us to base ourselves on science, on the recommendations of experts, on the data and the knowledge that we've gathered from past pandemics and past health issues to apply to these situations. And that's why we will always continue to work with experts, both domestically and internationally, to take the best advice possible in keeping Canadians safe. Of course, in the coming months and years, there will be many reflections on various institutions and systems, both domestically and internationally, on how we can improve our response, how we can learn from things we could have done better in this process. These are things that will come in the coming times. Right now, our focus needs to be on doing the best we can right now to protect Canadians.
On the WHO, you were just asked this, but the Conservatives and others have raised concerns that the WHO was too willing to take the word of the Chinese regime early on in the pandemic. Do you share those concerns?
I think there's obviously reflections that we have to have going forward, and we have to make sure that we are doing everything we can to keep Canadians safe. And that is our focus right now. What can we do now? What do we need to do in the coming weeks? How do we lean on experts in international institutions and in partner countries around the world who are making recommendations alongside our domestic experts on what we need to do now? There will be plenty of time as we move forward to reflect on challenges that were faced in the past. We need to learn and move forward as quickly as we can.